Okay. Wait until he says okay. All right, there you go. So I'm watching myself. Okay. Hmm. When did I cut off? I have to check the replay. Um, for recording purposes, I'm on generation 9 of 100. Uh, I need to check the top individual right now. Ah, Um, yeah, let me do that. Actually, oh, my eye hurts. Got some stuff in it. Uh, delete a couple of these. Okay. So this isn't live on YouTube. And this worked with the browser closed earlier. I'm just trying to see if I can see myself online. Lol. Where did I go to? How do I get to my channel? Nope. Tech today. Okay, I can see myself on my phone. All right. So, wow. I was talking for like 2 hours and only streaming on Twitch, where there's going to be no recording of that. It's fine. It's not like I shared any intimate details about my inspirations for this project and all that. That's fine. It's fine that I might have to repeat myself all over again and have no idea what was recorded and what wasn't. That's fine. Um, I was talking about AP biology. I was talking about all the stuff that made me want to do this project. Um, Biological inspiration. Jeez, none of that makes sense now. Can't just start from like, oh yeah, and that's what I was talking about. Um, okay. Well, another generation's popping out right now. Generation 9 out of 100. We shall see. There was a top individual in the last generation. Guess I could resume that since that's relevant. And then I'm probably this laptop's almost charged. 53 minutes until it's charged. I want to set up this server tonight. Oh boy. And I'm not even doing the right thing. I'm very tired. I don't know if I covered this in the past 2 hours. I, I, sorry. I feel like I'm always picking my eye, and I got like I actually have some shit right now. God damn it. Uh, Man, I was um yeah, so the top accuracy has gotten up to 90%, or the average accuracy has gotten up to 90%. Fitness, not accuracy. Um, Fitness by ROCAUC. Um, the best fitness has gone up. I was explaining. I had gone through this whole like thought process of another type of algorithm that I was going to try and develop. Ooh, got another guy pop out of here. Look at that. All right, so I'm basically at the point where I was last time where when I ran this experiment with a width of 100. And that's how I'm going to define these networks. I'm not going to be like 100 per, I got 100 width. There's 100 total neurons. If I say 100 width, that means there's only one. If I say 50, that means there's two. If I say 30, there's three at most. If I say 25, there's four layers. So just divide the number that I say, or divide the number that I say by 100, or divide 100 by the number that I say. Yeah, to know the hidden layer number that I'm talking about. And I try and keep a relevant network up on the side of the screen. Um, Hopefully, I won't have to stop this stream again before I beat my record. That sucked that it stopped in the middle of it. Was it because there was no talking? Or was it because my computer almost blew up? I don't know. I did. This thing did crash. I almost said crash out, but I refuse to use that term for obvious reasons. Um, and see, like, this might be the only part that anybody would ever watch is the first like 2 seconds before they're like, all right, what is he? And then just, all right, now this happens. Oh, this is super boring. Wow, super interesting. I'm clicking off this. Thanks. Thanks for that. Wasting my time to dumbass YouTube stuff. I've come a long way from making videos about apples and oranges fighting to making videos about neural networks evolving, I'd say. It only took 17 years. 18. Um, Sorry. Memories. I'm going to listen to that song while I do this. And nobody's gonna ever watch this, so I can play this song probably without any sort of copyright issues. And I'll try not to sing along. I don't think it's capturing the. It doesn't look like it's capturing the music. Yeah. And I'll put other stuff in it so it's all distorted. I'll turn it up a little bit so maybe you can get little clips of it. I don't know how this is gonna work. The um I don't know if I should make the visualization. It might not. It's gonna be worth it to check out this individual. Yeah. Crazy. I have the same YouTube channel that I made all those videos about oranges. This is the same exact YouTube channel that I made all those stupid videos on. I'm not bitter. uh, I'm actually not. I'm just joking. For anybody who happens to know what I'm talking about. I think this is more like emotional or more educational than the vibe coding stuff. That was pretty stupid. You don't really need a tutorial to learn how to vibe code. I mean, some people do, and I mean it's useful. And I think if you there's an art to it. It's not just willy nilly telling a programming agent to do anything for you and hoping it works. I mean, that is vibe coding in essence, but I don't think that's like how to use these things in practice. Um, if I just started this project without typing out the syntax first and knowing what I want to do first, then I would have been fucked. My visualizations are already, those are the only things I'm kind of concerned about. But I wasted 2 days of this working on this, figuring out how to get the loss to happen in the right direction. But before it was like, no, no, listen to my music. God damn it. Too much Kanye West on here. I think I should start unliking all the Kanye West in here. Just a lot. 105. Just random stuff. Grand vision for this. I can't blame it on the boogie. I should. I'm gonna start singing, man. I'm gonna start singing. I wonder when the Jackson 5 became just the Jacksons. Or if this is just a Spotify thing. I can't. I would sing. I'm not ready to put this out there on the internet forever. Especially if I do sing, it's completely by accident and I forget that I'm on stream. And I also can't let my girlfriend have that win. Not yet. And since she's like one of the only people that might ever watch this, off my head is a lot. So, God damn it. With the right guy. Be Gen 8 and Gen 9 is started. Yeah, that's the right one. So this is that same immortal person that's been making it through. Um, yeah. Hope he gets surpassed soon so that I can show that this isn't just epochs of one network getting better than the others over and over again. Uh, did I even show how I make these graphs? That was like one of the only educational aspects of this whole thing. Anyway, copy and paste, blah, blah, blah. If I get copyright strike for playing this music in the background, I'd be so mad. I'm literally doing live cancer research. I'm done. I'd be done. Like, what? Sorry, we detected Jackson 5 in the background. Instantly copyright strike. Like, what? Playing 2 seconds of that in the background. Like, no, 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 we get background strike. I'm talking over it too. Oh, I'd be so mad. You're like, this is great. And then this is the one. Would be the stream too, where like I beat my record and like, what if I beat the general record for this data set at the same time with the 100 generation huge population, and it got copyright strike? I'd be like, what? I can listen to music in headphones and eliminate the possibility of even getting copyright strike. And no one will know what song I'm listening to. You can listen to it as loud as I want. Nice. Wake up my grandma. My grandma will be all happy in the morning. She'll be like, you weren't up. She doesn't complain. She's a very nice lady. Alright, so I load in the model, blah, 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 blah. Uh, Anybody doing live science on YouTube? Is anybody doing live experiments? Not like I'm trying to be like, look at how original this is. I just don't know. I am not. I wouldn't watch it. So, especially this, especially when it's like most of the time just like numbers popping out. It's like the lottery for me. I'm twitching from all that coffee, dude, and other substances. Um, the goal of this, if I could get this to a point where it's good, I want to work with a data set where it's like the awareness month, and I want to try and like break a break the record on this data set, which is like it's like 99.9% is the record right now. So haven't beaten that. I only got 97.9, which I've said before. Um, but if this was October, that'd be very convenient. I had 4 months, I guess, but that'd be the dream is to like do this live and be like do a live stream where I simultaneously try and raise money for breast cancer and like run this live. That'd be the goal. Maybe have some animations in there, like auto update this little display, maybe, um, so that it like auto updates the network that's like at the top, or and have like maybe like a tier list of which networks are at the top, and maybe multiple populations running simultaneously that all have 100 neurons, and that'd be like it'd be like a competition amongst my own project. Um, but that's 4 months from now. That'd be the dream. That'd be the dream of this whole thing. Have I been talking for 22 minutes already? It's crazy. And I've done nothing. I feel like I haven't even explained any concepts. I'm so mad that I didn't record the last 2 hours. Fuck. Anyway, load in the model. I made a couple more slots. I'll make a couple more slots for these code blocks, not slots. Slots are something else. Uh, yeah. Yeah, but anyway, I would like to do. That's the goal. If I can get repeatably good results, and if this goes well, my preprint and everything, my machine learning class, I would like to do like a fundraiser stream for breast cancer awareness or something like that. Um, not in any, not because I mean, obviously I've known people that have had breast cancer, and it's not even for a meme or anything. It's just because that's this data set. I didn't even mean to like do a meme by like making this a whole breast cancer classification thing, um, which just sound like me, but it wasn't me doing that. Uh, and I haven't even been like very closely affected by not immediate family, I guess. I don't know. Like it's very breast cancer is common enough that it like affects a lot of people. So I can't say that I have been affected personally by it. I didn't do this for a meme. I didn't do this because I'm like I need to cure breast cancer. I think neural networks can do it. I found this data set. I've known about this data set for a while, and it's a machine learning classification data set that has benchmarks, and it's all numerical. I haven't tested out this with categorical encoding yet. It does have that capability built into the system, but I haven't worked with those. I haven't debugged that whole process yet, and I'm afraid to start right now with how this is and mess up other parts of the project. And thank God for GitHub, but um, yeah, and I don't know how like other benchmark data sets like the Pima in India Pima diabetes data set. I don't know what awareness month is this? And maybe there's classifications for that. But anyway, I could do like a diabetes awareness one. I could do like um, I don't know other classification problems. A lot of cancers. I mean, a lot of cancers diagnosis data sets, shrooms. That there's that whole machine learning repository thing, and I could just see if I could like try and beat the records with all those, and that's like what I would do for. I could run this. That server idea that I have. I'm trying to like potentially have like an always on system. Not an always on, that'd be kind of crazy, but a long term on system where I could run this for like 1,000 generations and I could just set it up so that I could just like I need to fix the stream so that I don't have to be here all the time and maybe have some background music so it's not so dry, like some lo-fi. Get some lo-fi in here, something that's not copyright, or maybe some AI generated music. But these streams, like I've already uploaded. The first one went over 24 hours. So yeah, you don't. I That'd be a lot of lo-fi or a lot of AI music. So I don't know. I don't know. I have the song on here. Terrible. Oof. So that's hard. So all my friends are strangers, and it's very sad. And that's as much as you're gonna see me say. Oh, I went home. I can't resist, dude. Oh, um, oh yeah, I was gonna test this model. I might just be up talking for this. I feel I'm in that kind of mood. I woke up late. I'd be up all night. I might be up all night until I see this thing win. Until I get a good one. No, I might just be up until I finish the server project. Um, I can't even finish a thought. If anybody's been watching this for the last 30 minutes, I apologize for the lack of topics that I've completed in the 30-minute duration of this video. Um, yeah, fundraisers. I would like to do fundraisers for this with this project. Um, if somebody who could comment on the video, whoever watched this, about how to make this project better, that'd be great. All I have, the only thing I can think of, I mean, I can think of a couple of software ideas, but hardware definitely. I'm definitely trying to do that to like. I shouldn't set up a server while I'm stoned. I'm trying to think of what the fuck is Kind of like a paranormal activity sort of thing. Oh man, no, it's just the fucking air conditioner. Um, I would like to do fundraisers. I would like to do a fundraiser by October for this, if I could get it. If I can, yeah, yeah. I want to beat the record potentially before that, and then try and beat it again on October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I would run it for the entire month of October if I had the compute resources. I would also have to have it set up so that you could load it. I don't have this integrated right now, but so that you could load from a previous generation, because all the parameters. NDC is loud. All the parameters are saved. I'm so scared there's a ghost here, man. All the parameters are saved in a database, each network. So I would run like the biggest population I could for as long as I could, and just make it so that if it did crash, I could just pick up, being like, all right, well, here we are. And I guess I could do that, and then just stream for every day of October too. That could, and just stream it for like 8 hours a day, and be like, well, here it is. But I wanna, yeah, I to want this to be helpful. I guess I only did this as a personal project, but now I'm like, well, if it is actually good, if it can beat like top models, then I would, you know. And oh, it's my headphones. I also have a deployment idea. Um, sorry, this. I have a deployment idea for this too. So imagine this is that idea. And I'm going to talk about this more in my paper. But I'm going to have an automated deployment system eventually, so that like say you're a doctor, and especially with a data set like the Pima India data set, where like the parameters are the elements, the rows, the columns, the cells have values that are like human interpretable, like true false answers, or like other sort of like drop down things. Like if you had a UI, I'm saying that you can enter stuff in. This data set's kind of like not great for that. Um, you could do like I'm so worried about that sound. So I'm so worried about the random sounds. Um, this could be used for like high throughput screening, I guess. If you like, because I need to read up on the data card for this, but I'm pretty sure that it's like this isn't a something you can directly. And I've looked up the limitations of this data set before too, because I've worked with this data set a lot over the past year. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't translate directly into clinical practice that well. So trying to make an automated deployment system for this, I mean, for the high throughput screening idea, I'd have to look up the data card, like I said, more. Um, that's an idea. That's there's potential for that, I guess. And but automated deployment. So imagine this system runs, and like the first, like, say there's no existing model for this data set. The first generation pops up. You have one, and from these, they're getting like starting like 88%, depending on how many epochs I train them with. So imagine you start with that, and then every time you get a better model, or you get a better model, or the best model gets better, it updates the weight and parameters of the model that's in production to match that model, so it like clones that model. Um, and then the simulation is able to keep running Uh, but before that update happens, it would run through like a series of tests side by side with the other model to see how it compared. And that would be like a quality control sort of a thing. And that would be like a ever evolving system of neural networks, like a brain. And if I have that ensemble idea that I mentioned when I was not online, I don't think, um, then I could have like a civilization of like. So let me go back. I'll go back in time. Um, I had this abstract idea that I was explaining for like a civilization of these these neural networks, kind of existing like a mass, like a brain, kind of like a mass of neurons, kind of like a brain, um, where these neurons would be used to like vote. They'd be using an ensemble approach, so like stacking. I forget what the different terms are for the combination of neural network approaches, but like say I kept the best 10 models, I'd keep it 11 so that the votes would be, yeah, 111. 111. It's Tuck. 111 Tuck 111. Yeah, that's what I do. I keep the top 101 best models. That would take a while. I don't even have 100 models generated from all these experiments. But I would change the system so that I'd pick like the top 10 best, and if one of those got replaced, then I'd pop out, and then that would be a voting system, and it'd kind of be like a government almost, where the best representative models um, would vote on classifications, and that would be used as the final classification, and then I would test that classification accuracy and see if I could beat the top score. Because I wonder, because when my theory on this is that when they lose classification accuracy on either the positives or the negatives, usually the other one increases, or they get worse, or they both get worse, or one gets better and the other gets worse. So I'm thinking that they're not all making the same predictions on the same. I mean, obviously they're not, or else they would all get the same exact score. Um, and even when they get better, they're probably getting worse on some. They're probably getting others wrong. They're not like memorizing the data set, I don't think. I don't think they're memorizing the data set. That sucks. I mean, I test them with the examples they haven't seen. That's the whole point of the test. Um, it's the whole point of the train test split. And then this data set that I'm running them against, when I test their tested accuracy, is definitely bigger. So, um, synthetic data generation will get around this. Anyway, what the fuck is it? Yeah, so imagine like a government of neural networks where like there's this whole mob is in here of neural networks, and then like the best. Imagine you had like tons of shitty ideas and top 10 best you run with, and if one of those gets replaced, you run with another one. That's kind of an abstract way of putting it, or the government thinks kind of a better analogy. But civilization neural network, civilization neuroevolution, whatever I'm going to call it. I said it here first, and it's recorded. So, um, if that ever becomes a thing and becomes like the new method of machine learning, I'm gonna be like, hey, hey. And that's particularly for neuroevolution. That's not agent evolution like what Google's working on. I don't think they're doing this. I don't think anybody really cares about neuroevolution that much. I probably was so wrong about that. I shouldn't have said that out loud and recorded. I mean, the average Joe definitely doesn't care, but so I guess I could have. I guess that statement's factually correct, but I'm not sure how diverse and wide this field is and how much. I mean, it's in the field of artificial intelligence, so a lot of people care about that, and I guess the average Joe cares about artificial intelligence at this point to some degree. Fuck, so bad at talking. Um, I loaded in this model. Let me just replace this before this generation runs, and it just wasted all my time. Oh my god, it happened. Oh no, it didn't. I'll replace it. I'll whatever. Um, yeah, I want to make like a civilization of neural networks that evolve together, kind of mimicking the way that societies evolves. I'm not sure if I'd call it a societal neural evolution algorithm. I sound so smug, but that's what I would like to make. I want to see how crazy I can get with neuroevolution. I really like this topic. And it's like I like the concept of evolution. I was saying this when I got cut off. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Yeah, I like the whole concept of combining biology and computer science, bio-inspired computing. Uh, really like this concept. This is model 31. Change all these. Try and set up that server while stoned. I want to see if I can do it. I want to see how far I can get before I'm like, I'm going to sleep. If I have this up and running by tomorrow, I'll be so happy. And I can tell everyone. Put that computer to good use. All right, let's see. So I set up these variables. I try and make sure that all this works. I try to make sure that all this shit works, all this shit's aligned so that I get accurate results. So there's like 3 different variable names that are dependent on the number. This generates random. This whole cell block generates random 80% chunks of the data set and tests them 100 times. I should, and I just picked 100 because I don't. It already takes a little bit, so I could do 1,000, but why? Should do 111, but it doesn't sound as clean, so that's what I do. It's loading. I get all these results printed out. This one looks like it's the top contender. Let's see if he beats 96. I don't think he's going to get 96%, but we're almost back. And we're with a new architecture, so if we beat, so if I get a 50 network architecture that beats 100, that's different from what the top scoring model was. They actually did that with a wide neural network. I think that's like the top scoring neural network right now is the wide neural network, um, which is 100 neurons, which is what I've already explained is why I'm using 100 neurons, or maybe I didn't get that reported, but I can kind of prove like, I don't know, not prove, but demonstrate. Fuck, yeah, I got caught in this loop of demonstrate. They're trying to demonstrate this concept, what I'm trying to demonstrate. This is a terrible stream. Be ashamed. Okay, what if I do this every month for those fundraisers? I just do a different type of cancer. I already said that out loud, didn't I? I think I did. Um, I do a different type of cancer that's like the cancer of the month. the cancer awareness for that month, and I just do that, and I just do cancer research live streams. No one's doing that on YouTube, right? No one will care. And I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna set up my computer to just do automated cancer research live streams because that computer uh, sucks. I'm just gonna make it do this, run neuroevolution experiments all day, and then I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm not actually recording this on my machine, so I can't make a clean video that cuts all these parts together like I tried to do with the autonomous live stream thing. That looks like I failed with that too. It's like, no, I got to the point where it was working, and there's recordings of it working and stuff. I just didn't finish the whole like edited thing because I don't want to. I got bored with editing videos. I got really bored with that. It was tedious as fuck. Kind of fun, but it's tedious. I like making like quick images and stuff. Um, Video editing's kind of fun, but it's also tedious. That's also fun. Yeah, nobody's doing cancer research live streams, so I do that, and I get an audience of 0 people, and I'm just gonna, yeah. But it's meaningful, and it's independent. I love doing independent research. This is the shit. Wish I could just do this. I wish I could just narrate the research. Fuck, bug. I wish I could just narrate the research process high as hell all day long. That's all I want to do. At this time and study, obviously. But if I could like do grad school and this as like the job that I did during grad school, that'd be the dream. That would be the dream. Fuck everything else, man. I just want to get better at this. It's really all I want. I just want to get better at my craft. I feel like I've finally found. But that got deep. Um, apart from that, part of the reason I'm thinking about this stuff is because of my time with Science from Scientists. I'm sure if anybody from fucking bug, god damn it. I'm sure if anyone from there saw some of these live streams, uh, they might have some words to say. I don't know, positive or negative. I could honestly care less, but honestly care less. It's a big ass bug in here the other day. That's why I'm also concerned. Yeah, but I want to do fundraisers with this idea because to me it's like a lottery system, and I want to like I want to get more back into the educational content creation thing, but like passively because this stream stuff's more so passive and no one's in here um ever, so I can just ramble. I mean, it's 3 a.m. so 4 a.m. now. I'm not complaining about nobody being online at 3 a.m. I'm not complaining about anybody being in here at all. This is actually like very unwinding for me. I don't have to put all my dump all my energy and negativity and rambling into somebody. I don't have to filter it through somebody. I don't have to like frame it to somebody who I feel like I'm trying to have understand it, I guess. Does that make sense? It's like I'm talking to a therapist who I'm just like, no, you're just supposed to listen to me for me, but I'm talking to anybody who happens to want to listen. So, I don't know. It's therapeutic. But my time with science from scientists, teaching kids science lessons, that was really fun. Um, when we were actually teaching, it was fun. Everything else sucked. But when we were actually teaching and being like, hey kids, this is how magnets work, or hey kids, this is how photosynthesis works, that was really fun and fulfilling. Um, and teaching people about that stuff is fun and fulfilling as well. Oh, and we already got another top guy popped out. 99.51. Still not 99.7 or 9997 like we achieved before. But we're getting, I mean, I don't know what the math would really be, but yeah, I don't know what the math would be. I don't know if that translates. Um, I feel like I'm getting a lower fitness with this larger population, but better generalization. And generalization means like it works well on samples it hasn't seen before. If it just works well on the training set, that means it's just like, fuck, the bugs, the bugs. Um, I'm gonna need a refuel soon. Computer's almost charged. Um, teaching people science is really fun. Teaching Jamal science was really fun. Jamal was a person that I met that I briefly. Ew. Ew. I hate saying that. Fuck me. God damn it. Jamal was a man that I briefly taught about viruses. That was also like a fun part. I've done some tutoring before. Um, and honestly, being able to reach like a wide audience through recordings and stuff, it's like, and I'm nearly 30 now. I could start giving back to society. I think I'm ready to start doing that at least. I mean, not like I haven't tried to do science for the past 10 years nearly, but um, not 10. Has it been 10? Ouch. I just felt my age. It's technically been 11 if I. No, 10. Depends on when I technically say I started trying to be a scientist. I don't know. I'm not going into my whole origin story right now. But, I, yeah. The years I worked in biotech, blah, 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 blah. That's what I was trying to point out. This whole, like, streaming of teaching would be very cool. Nobody streams, like, the research process. I feel like if people knew how much being a scientist can suck sometimes, more people would make the right decision about pursuing intellectual stuff. A lot of the times, the stuff that's portrayed to be super cool doesn't pay you shit. And no one tells you that when you major in biology. So, you know, I would. I wonder if did I get my computational neuroscience rant on here? I'm gonna have to check that recording too. I've taken out a lot of different disciplines. Um, I'm not even gonna replace the score. I'll just do the visualization. I'll add this guy to the visualization queue, but I won't run the code. Yeah, so that's kind of my goal, and I guess the vibe coding thing. I mean, I didn't really give it time to potentially flourish if it ever had that potential in it. Um, I don't know, kind of just portrays me as lazy, and I don't want to. I okay. Yeah, it kind of just portrays me as lazy. I felt, and I was like, BRB. Okay, I'm back. Uh, just the pipes, I'm it. Just the pipes. Anyway, yeah, no one was honest with me about what, or no, not no one was honest with me. There were a lack of people interested in giving you the real of what actually trying to crawl your way up into the ladder of being a scientist is like today. Um, and to do it, my like one of my eyes looks close from a distance. Anyway, and to do it without losing your shit multiple times. Uh, I'm not trying to have like a huge declaration right now, but yeah, to do it without selling your soul, to do it without selling out, to do it while being happy. Um, there aren't a lot of videos on that. There aren't a lot of people that can tell you that. And I worked as somebody who would go to school and be like, "Hey kids, what you want to be a scientist one day?" Like, um, I tried that. I tried that shit, and it was like felt like kind of a lie sometimes. When I was like, "Yeah, you can study plants, kids, and you'll be okay." No, you won't. Like, how do you want to like provide for a family? I don't know. Like, God damn it, this is like where do you want to live? I don't know. Like, and I'm not like there are agronomists, and they'll even lie on websites when they list like the salaries of this stuff. They're most of the time they're not accurate, or they're listing like the top individuals or the people that are comfortable showing their salary. Reddit's a complete shit show when it comes to trying to figure out what it's like to be a scientist. If you go on r/biotech, they're just talking about getting laid off every 2 weeks. That's more real than most of the shit that you'll find, but it's still biased as hell. So I'm not saying I don't have my own bias, but and especially in terms of what being a scientist is, and like I don't know, and even like try and call myself a scientist. I don't. The only reason I want a PhD kind of is to kind of ignore that, like to get like that feeling of being like, I'm not a scientist, to be like, ah, no, I am. Like, it's kind of like the only reason I want the PhD. I don't care about the like other people like putting a doctor after my name. I don't know. Makes no difference to me. I run this again. Yeah. Who cares? I'll put it back on the numbers, but I'm not gonna check it every 10 seconds. Generation 10. On Generation 10. What was the last accuracy? 95.6. You got 96 point something. Let me see. Yeah, this is what being a scientist has been like for me. And I'm 30 now. And if I just, I I was on some talk. I got interviewed for my hometown. But like, what was it like? What's it like now? And it's just like, well, hi right now. And telling you my story. It's been pretty fun, but it's also been horrible. Working in biotech was one of the worst things I've ever done. I can happily say that on camera now. Like, that was terrible. That was terrible. Other than the money, dude, that was terrible. And it was only good money because it was early money. It was early good money. And, like, in the long term, that shit's not good money. Like, I didn't want to be any of those people. It was terrible, dude. I'd look up to, like, there's no one to look up to. There's no one that's like, oh, they figured it out. Good for them. Can't wait to. I'll just model myself after them. I never felt like that. I never felt like that around any of those people. And I'm not talking shit about them as individuals. Though what they did for them. I can't even say it was working sometimes, but like it was their lives. You know, they were pursuing science in their own way, but like uh, it was also a particular brand of scientist that was more interested in money than true scientific knowledge. That's just the nature of working in industry, and that should be something they should tell you on websites when it's like choosing between academia and industry. It's like, do you care more about money or actual scientific truth? That's what you should, you know, take into account when you're trying to pick. I'm not saying one's better than the other, even though it sounds like I'm heavily implying one's better than the other. Um, and I haven't even decided. I'm I'm not sure if I'm probably gonna go back to industry after this just because it takes long to get into grad school and it sucks. It's like going to freaking Mars. You can only apply once every like year and a half. It's terrible. Stupid system, stupid system, and you wonder why we don't have enough qualified people in America. Damn, I shouldn't have. Okay, Emmett, calm down, man. Um, it's just the whole yeah, whatever. But anyway, um, I just want to give a view into what like science can be like. It doesn't have to suck. Doesn't have to doesn't have to be life draining. It can be very fun. It can be your passion. It can be the thing that you care about, wake up about. Science can still be beautiful. I watched a video, Adam Conover's video, Adam Ruins Everything. One of the videos on being a scientist. I actually bought that on YouTube because I was like, couldn't find it anywhere else. Again, but very negative. I mean, it did have a point at the end that was positive, but yeah, just like, well, you're gonna have to do what people with money want to do. I'm doing this because I feel like it, and this is science. This is science right here, and on my computer, and I'm just sitting here watching Meat Canyon in my room in my freaking grandma's house, high as hell, ranting, recording it because that's part of the process. In all these experiments, I don't have my tab showing with all my files, but this is experiment 58 now, and this is like the second week of this, and this is just one of the series of experiments that I've run in one of the many projects that I've done as a scientist, and some have been better than others, some have been way more enjoyable than others, some I haven't given a flying fuck about. Some were obvious failures, some were destined to fail, some were not well thought out, some were stupid as hell, some were led by idiots, some were helpful, some were let's get positive. Um, it's different, and like to hear, I don't know, to hear such a negative video being like, maybe you shouldn't get into science because you can't deal with this. Like, it was kind of just like, fuck you, man. We don't need less people in science, especially right now. Tangent. Flip that. Tangent. God damn it. No one's gonna ever see this. Thank God. No, if I break the record, gonna be like, I'm gonna post about that socially. I will be like, after I submit the preprint, I'll be like, hey, um, I could do this all day though. I enjoy this greatly. I enjoy being home and working on stuff, and I wish I could have a dog here that I could take out on walks. I could go and run with me in the morning, and that actually gave me something to fucking care about other than myself. Not like I don't have other people. I have a family and girlfriend, so I care about them, but you know, like they don't require my care right now. So it's different, obviously. Can't compare family members to dogs and pets. It's different, obviously. I just want something that could be here with me. Like my grandma's here with me and stuff, but she's old and um you know, it's hard to communicate as much with her, and especially like this, and try to communicate with anybody like this now. So that's life. That's life. I'm gonna listen to that song. I'm gonna turn the camera off and hit my bong.